Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to day 3 of Divine Order. My name is Resa Edwards. I am the Messiah. Welcome. Remember, it's rated R. And I don't have time to dilly-dally today. Believe it or not, we have a very involved lesson. So let's get started. Yesterday, we learned what is a demon or Satan's minion or what is a devil. Today, we're going to learn what is a peacemaker. And today is really neat because peacemakers are everything. For example, Satan's minion worships monetary gain and money. And the most that Satan's minion will ever be able to achieve is a whole lot of money. Satan's minion will age and die. Peacemaker, on the other hand, we qualify for ascension, or we work to qualify for ascension. We don't work for money or monetary gain. And our blessings are abundant. Our promise from God is abundant blessings. So peacemaker is where it's at. So let me ask you a question, just out of common sense, and I'm very curious, okay? If you were given the opportunity to voluntarily choose to be Satan's minion or God's peacemaker, whom would you voluntarily choose? Now you hold on to that thought. Now remember, Satan's minion is anyone who can voluntarily choose to harm innocents, i.e., a nigga who want to holler at a female because he want to have some sex. You know what I'm saying? He want to get some ass. So the first thing out of his mouth is a lie. He might have a woman at home. He might not have a woman at home. But the first thing out of his mouth is a lie to manipulate that woman into giving him what he wants. Comprehend, if you are that person, you are closer to Satan than you are closer to God, okay? Comprehend, God doesn't care what comes out of your mouth. God doesn't care for rhetoric or what you say or your behavior based on words. God is paying attention to who you are on the inside. Okay? So it's important that you comprehend today's lesson. We're going to move on. What is a peacemaker? Peacemaker prevent innocent harm from God's future. Well, what is God's future? We'll talk about that. What you need to comprehend is that time is very complex. The average puny human doesn't really have a concept of time because time includes infinity. So what we're going to do for comprehension purposes is we're going to keep time relegated to yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Okay? Right now, you are dwelling in a time pocket or a time place considered today. Today, you are in day 3 of divine order. I, however, dwell in God's future. I dwell way in tomorrow. God's elite and I are at day 470 of God's future. Day 470 is when I knew for fact I qualify for ascension. Well, how do you know you qualify for ascension, Larissa? Aha! I got this! Now, you're not going to be able to see this, but this is my pride and joy. In this bag, in case you didn't see the interview I had with Dr. Ravi, in this bag is a strand of my hair. The hair that started in the follicle was gray, okay? And I grew out about maybe 6 inches of hair, okay? Maybe about 6 months of growth here. It started off gray, and then during the graying process, it turned back to my natural hair color, dark brown. I've stopped aging. Now, I am not saying that once you get to day 470, you will also stop aging. Comprehend, I have been dwelling under divine order for over 20 years. Okay, so technically it took about 21 years for me to stop aging out. However, during this process from day 0 on up, you will slow your aging process down. Okay, even if you slow your aging process down, that's better than nothing. That's better than dwelling in a time considered yesterday. Comprehend, there is no way to God's future except through me. So if you're at day 3, think about all those others who haven't even heard of me yet. They don't even know what divine order is. They are way, way down the number line, stuck in yesterday. So comprehend, you got to get to day 0 before you can even think about slowing your aging process down. So let me break it down a little bit further. We have 144,000. We get this number from the Bible. This is just a reference number. This number is not definite. I don't necessarily have a confirmation from God that this number is accurate. And if it is accurate, it's over 2,000 years old. So comprehend, this 144,000 encompasses over 2,000 years ago, people who lived and died for that past 2,000 years. So this number may be even smaller is what I'm saying. Let's say 144 of God's chosen souls lived right now in yesterday. That would mean out of the 8 billion people that is estimated to be on earth, 1 out of 55,000 automatically qualify for ascension. Okay? Just because you have a genetic code that connects you to God doesn't mean that you are going to stop aging. Okay? Stopping your aging process is the only way you know that you are under God's program and he's blessing you with everlasting life. Comprehend, he said everlasting life, not everlasting death. So stopping your aging process is very possible, very doable. However, if you are Satan's minion and you're worshiping Satan, you're sucking Satan's yank, you are way back in time. You're nowhere near God's future, okay? Peacemaker dwell under God's unchanging number-based program. Divine order is a number-based program. We learned that. Okay, so peacemakers represent uniformity in forward motion. This means if you see a peacemaker 500 years ago, you see a peacemaker 500 years in the future, it's still a peacemaker. The same peacemaker that's in Africa is the same peacemaker that's in Germany. Under divine order, human behavior is streamlined to dwell under God's number-based program. And numbers don't change, so peacemakers don't change, okay? That's how you know Jesus was a peacemaker, because of his behavior and because he dwelled under divine order, okay? So comprehend, peacemakers has nothing to do with race, okay? Peacemaker live for tomorrow only, okay? Satan's minion lives for money. Satan's minion lives for monetary gain only. Money is everything to Satan's minion. Well, peacemaker, we don't care about money. We don't care about monetary gain. We know the only way to really be blessed is to be blessed with more time. Because no amount of money can give you more time. Satan's minion's going to age and die. I'm sorry, it's a fact, okay? Number comprehension is the only way you can increase your brain potential so that you can encompass what it takes to qualify for ascension. Comprehend, every day you live on God's blueprint earth, you live to qualify for ascension, okay? Has absolutely nothing to do with money. Peacemaker hold open God connection. Open God connection is very important. Your religious leader, they claim to know God. These men and women go to God college without ever going to God elementary. You know what I mean? They miraculously can get to God, but have absolutely no way of getting you to God, okay? Where you can direct connect with God. It's possible. You can talk to him every day like I do, okay? You have to start with internal connection. The average puny human doesn't know what makes them ill and doesn't know how to cure him or herself. The average puny human doesn't know why he or she behave the way they do. They don't understand why they're a victim. They don't understand why they're predators, okay? You have got to get in touch with yourself before you can ever think about getting in touch with God. Because guess what? After you get in touch with yourself, you have to connect with others. Then you can think about getting in touch with God, okay? Divine order is specifically designed to expose satanic programming, okay? If you are unable to see Satan, you will never get to ground zero, okay? Every puny human is embedded with satanic programming. You will have to properly recognize the devil within in order for you to purge the devil within so that you can start connecting with God. Okay? God gives you the devil to make a voluntary choice. It's totally up to you. It's totally up to your free will or what you consider free will. Join us tomorrow where we will go into day 4 of Divine Order. Thank you.